Hi, I'm Patrick Terrell, and I live in Hogansville. I'm 69 years old.
And Patrick, do you think that 69 is the new 59?
I think it's a state of mind, personally. I think you're only as old as you think you are. I'm very proud to say that I'm the father of a 2-year-old, and that certainly keeps me in my 50s.
You're the father of a 2-year-old.
Yes.
So talk to me about that. How is that to all of a sudden, because I mean, no offense, I've known you a long time, so I can say this, a lot of people your age would maybe be having grandchildren by now.
Yes.
Like my grandmother at 52. So how does it feel to be...
People, it's funny, people, as late as last night, some lady said, oh, that's a very cute grandson you have. And then the next question was, no, it's not, it's my son. Then she said, it's your son? Did you adopt him? No, I said, I made him myself with my wife. Because some people don't think we can make kids at 65 or whatever it was that I had him, 66. In my family, my uncle didn't have his first son till he was 69. Picasso, I think, had a son when he was 70. So I think it's only a state of mind. I do feel that a 2-year-old makes you want to be younger and makes you think differently about life and makes you want to stay young as long as possible, and therefore you want to try and stay healthy and do all the right things to make sure you can be there to see him at least graduate from high school or college.
So you think having this child is making you much younger than you would be now if you say were retired and alone?
My uncle had his son when he was 68. He died when he was 93. He got to see him through college. He got to see him work for him at his restaurant. So I think inherently my mother passed away when she was 93. So basically I think my genes are in the right direction.
Yeah, it sounds like it. No, I think children do keep you young. And I also think, what else, because you're really busy. I mean, a lot of people at your age are retired. How do you feel about that? Because I'm trying to talk to, I want to hear your opinions on retirement.
I don't know what retires mean, because I'm a workaholic. But some people retire and have a hobby, or they take up golf every day, or they take up painting or gardening, something that keeps you physically and mentally stimulated. I think those people who retire and sit down on their couch and watch TV, smoke a cigar, and read the newspaper, I think they're going to die very young. Young, comparatively speaking. I think that I don't, anyway. I ride a bicycle 15 minutes every day. I try to keep it weight-wise in a healthy condition. I try to eat properly. But I think it's a lifestyle that you choose. And I try to keep very busy, both mentally, physically. I run a newspaper. So I think all those stimulations keep you young.
Are there any things, because I knew you when you were younger, and you didn't have the healthiest lifestyle, would you say?
No, I mean, at the time I smoked 2 packs of Marlboros a day. I also should say in parentheses, and when I was in my 50s, I had terminal cancer, and they told me I had 2 years to live. I was lucky enough to beat it. I had lymphoma, stage 4. I was privileged to be able to beat it. I had good doctors. But I also believe that 50% of the cure is in your head. The other 50% is the doctors. So you have to make the decision whether you want to live or you want to die. I had a neighbor who was told that he had cancer. I told him he had to change his eating habits. He had to take vitamins, yada, yada, yada. He didn't listen to me. He died in a year. I take 14 vitamins a day. I do a lot of what I call preventive maintenance. I think the body's like a car. You can't run a car in the morning without putting gas into it. So in the morning you have to eat breakfast, because your body's like a car. If you don't eat breakfast, then you have no energy to go anywhere. I think that you need to change your oil just like a car. So If the maintenance manual tells you you have to go change your oil every 5,000 miles or change your tires or whatever it is, your body's the same way. You need to go to the doctor, not when you're sick. You need to go to the doctor before you're sick. And in China, when the alternative medicine, the doctors in China, you didn't go to the doctor to get cured. You went to the doctor to prevent yourself from being sick. And when people say, as you so well said in your blog recently, you need a colonoscopy, that's preventive maintenance. You need to have your heart exam at least once a year, once you pass, I think, 60. Preventive maintenance. It's all part of preventive maintenance. If more people in America spent time in preventive maintenance, our medical bills will go way down. Our whole insurance system would be upside down. Here we think a doctor is a curing problem, not there to prevent you from being sick.
That's really good advice. I was going to ask you like your advice, but that's like as good advice as I think anyone can hear. And I've known you for 30 some odd years, and you have as much energy and vibrancy as you did in your 30s, and you've been through health crises, and you've weathered them, and you look great, and you have a little kid, and you're a great walking testimonial to turning your life around and being a healthy person. So
yeah, there is no doubt. And the doctors told me that in L.A. many years ago at Cedars-Sinai. I had a very good doctor. He said, yes, get out of the restaurant business. Don't live with a lot of stress. Stress, no doubt, is the cure for getting sick. And I think the more stress you have, the more chance of you're getting sick.
Well, good genes, no stress, and a beautiful baby boy. Many, many years of happiness and healthiness for you. Okay?
Thank you.